I'll be honest with you. I can't believe Trump didn't win this thing like 4 months ago. You know? I know that's weird for younger people to hear, but like when I was a kid, if you were running for president and you got shot and you didn't die, that was the end of the election. How about the real estate agent that speaks through her nose? Oh, there's a point. This is so difficult. It's like they overlap. I just can't make up my mind. There was nothing you could say, right? Everybody would just be like, this guy's the man. He is the king. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I think the number one reason like Trump survived is all those herky-jerky movements that he does.
Breaking news. Comedian Bill Burr has just committed verbal assassination of President Trump on live TV. The victim is reported to be suffering from severe burns to his ego and a critical case of tweet-itis. Witnesses say the attack was brutal, comparing Trump's hair to a dead squirrel glued to a balloon and his business skills to someone who could bankrupt a money-printing machine. Stay tuned as we bring you live updates on this developing comedy crisis. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video. Picture this. Bill Burr, the no-nonsense comedian, strolls onto the live TV set like he's walking into his living room. The audience is on edge, wondering if they're about to witness comedy gold or a total train wreck. Burr starts off slow, warming up the crowd with some light jabs at politicians in general. You know, I've seen kindergarten classes with better behaved kids than Congress, he quips, getting a few chuckles. But then, suddenly, he zeroes in on Trump.
The guy is a lunatic. I mean, he literally got shot and immediately jumped back up and started yelling in the direction the bullets were coming from, unarmed. Just tell her she won. Tell her she won. But Trump's got all those weird, coming out. I think the guy couldn't get like a bead on him, That's not a sane human being. I would have been on the ground crying in the fetal position, like, all right, give me the truck. I don't want this job anymore.
The room goes quiet. You could hear a pin drop. Is he really going there? Oh yes, he is. Burr compares Trump's hair to a dead squirrel glued to a balloon. The audience gasps, then erupts in laughter. It's like they can't believe what they're hearing, but they're loving every second of it. But Burr's just getting started. He tears into Trump's business skills next. This guy could bankrupt a money printing machine, he says, shaking his head. I mean, who loses money running a casino? That's like burning down a firehouse. The audience is in stitches now, clutching their sides and wiping away tears. The jokes get sharper, more pointed. It's like watching a comedy sniper at work, and Trump's ego is the target. Burr's not holding back. He goes after Trump's Twitter habits, his spray tan, his vocabulary. Nothing's off limits. Trump's tweets read like they were written by a drunk toddler with a thesaurus, Burr says, mimicking Trump's voice. Believe me, folks, it's gonna be huge. The biggest words, the best words, kafif. As the laughter dies down, you can almost hear the gears turning in people's heads. Wait a minute, they're thinking, is this just comedy or is there something more to it?
I don't want to hear it. I don't watch politics, so we're gonna keep it light. All right? Here we go. All right. Well, I just got over the flu, which is fantastic. You know what I mean? Just going through this Rolodex of people that coughed on you, sniffled near you, walked by an Asian or something. You try to fight it. They say on the internet, that's where all the disease comes from. The whole flight, I'm sitting there looking at his dirty Jesus feet. And all I'm thinking is the next pandemic is growing in the bottom of his feet. And all I'm going to be is the next, patient number 2, whatever the next disease is,
Burr's jokes are funny, sure, but there's a sharp edge of truth to them that's hard to ignore. It's like he's holding up a mirror to Trump's presidency, and the reflection isn't pretty. Well, folks, it looks like our favorite orange-tinted Twitter enthusiast couldn't resist taking the bait. While Bill Burr was busy roasting Trump like a Thanksgiving turkey, the man himself was cooking up a storm of his own. And by storm, I mean a Category 5 Twitter hurricane. Trump, sitting in his golden tower, probably surrounded by Big Macs and Diet Cokes, caught wind of Burr's roast. His tiny fingers started twitching faster than a squirrel on Red Bull. Did he take the high road and ignore it? Ha, fat chance. Our commander in tweet reached for his phone, ready to unleash a tweet storm that would make Mother Nature jealous. The tweets started flying faster than you can say kufef. Trump's first brilliant retort? Failing comedian Bill Burr thinks he's funny, sad. But wait, there's more. As if channeling his inner Shakespeare. If Shakespeare had a vocabulary of about 12 words, Trump's tweets got angrier and more incoherent. He managed to misspell comedian in ways that would make a spelling bee champion weep. It was like watching a toddler have a tantrum in a china shop, except this toddler has nuclear codes. Yikes. Trump's Twitter rampage wasn't just about Burr though. In his rage, he accidentally insulted 3 world leaders.
My favorite part of the campaign, though, was when Trump went to McDonald's. Wasn't that amazing? That's the only time I've ever seen that guy truly happy. Like, he was glowing. Hey, whoever gets this one's going to be excited. It's like, oh my God, was that empathy? Of the people, Donald? It's like when the Grinch came down the hill, bringing the toys back, and his heart got a little bigger. When he got behind the counter, it was like he was behind stage at like Springsteen or something. He's like, oh my God, this is like where they make the French fries.
Oops, looks like someone's gonna need to send out some apologetic fruit baskets. The internet, being the internet, exploded faster than you can say viral. Memes started popping up like mushrooms after rain. Trump's meltdown became the story, not Burr's jokes. It was like watching a comedy show within a comedy show. Meta, right? But here's the kicker. Trump's furious response to Burr's jokes about his stable genius claim backfired spectacularly. It's like he looked at Burr's punchline and said, hold my Diet Coke, I'll prove it. And boy, did he prove it, just not in the way he intended. As the dust settled and the last tweet faded into the digital ether, a chilling thought emerged. Is this really how the leader of the free world reacts to a few jokes? It's like watching a train wreck in slow motion, except the train is powered by ego and the tracks are made of Twitter posts. Bill Burr's roast of Trump wasn't just a laugh riot, folks. It was like watching a modern-day court jester telling the king he's got no clothes on.
I don't know what I'm gonna do like that day. I'm just gonna be totally honest.
Are you?
I'm just gonna be, look, I got caught up in the lie that you're supposed to say as a parent. It's stupid. Chris Angel is doing everything that Jesus did other than pulling the fish out. He's walking on water too. You know? The whole thing is stupid. I don't really believe in much. Like, I don't believe in Santa Claus. I don't think Jesus.
You gonna tell the kids this?
Well, Jesus was like the first Chris Angel.
And boy, did that king throw a royal tantrum. But here's the kicker. When a comedian can make the most powerful man in the world lose his marbles with a few jokes, it's not just funny, it's downright scary. Think about it. If the guy with the nuclear codes can't handle a bit of ribbing, what happens when a real crisis hits? Will he tweet us into World War III because some world leader made fun of his hair? So next time you're cracking up at a political joke, remember, sometimes the only person brave enough to tell the truth is the one wearing the clown nose. And if you're too thin-skinned to take a joke, maybe running a country isn't your thing. Just saying, Donnie diapers.